Welcome to Mirrorverse Education. Today, we're looking at single-step equations with addition and subtraction. Alright, let's get into it. So news reported that it's going to be 13 degrees colder than yesterday. And now it's going to be freezing, meaning 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Use an equation to determine the temperature yesterday. Alright, if I think about this, I can probably figure it out without writing an equation. Okay? However, this specifically says use an equation. And you may be wondering, well, why? Well, this is the most basic form of equation that you're probably going to write. Okay? Next year and beyond, it gets more complex and there's more parts to it. What we're really learning to do with this series of single-step equations is how do you tell when to add or subtract or multiply or divide when you're writing an equation? Okay? So, let's get into it. We need to write an equation and then solve the equation. Alright? It means if we're working with equations, that means we need a variable. So, I'm going to use T for the temperature, for the degrees Fahrenheit. You can use D for degrees or F for Fahrenheit, or X, or whatever you want. It really doesn't matter what you use. But it all means the same thing, or represents the same thing, which is the temperature yesterday. Okay? We know the temperature went down 13 degrees, and we know that it's supposed to be 32 degrees today. Alright? Let's write our equation now. So saying we have the temperature yesterday, that's going down by 13 degrees, so subtract 13. And it's going to be, or equal, 32 degrees. All right, you see how that worked? The temperature goes down by 13 to be 32. All right, we wrote the equation, but now we've got to solve it. So we get, when it says solve an equation, that means get the variable by itself. All right, then we get rid of that minus 13, has to go away. All right, and how we do that is we do the inverse or opposite operation. So we have minus 13, and the opposite of that is going to be add 13. And whatever we do to one side, we do the same thing to the other side. We got to balance it out, okay? So negative 13 plus 13 is 0. You'll learn more about that next year in 7th grade. However, know the opposites cancel each other out, equals 0. And then we have 32 plus 13, which is 45. So T equals 45. And all that's saying is the temperature yesterday was 45 degrees Fahrenheit. All right. The next one we're going to look at is, well, what about adding? If you're here to look for multiplying or dividing, then go check out our series on one-step equations. All right. You're going to find it in there. All right. Let's get on to adding. Currently, I have saved $1,276 for a car. However, the car that I want is $9,000. First off, you got a bit of ways to go. That's okay. Then it says, use an equation to calculate the additional money that you need in order to buy your car. Or at least the car that you want, if it's still around. Alright, we're going to write an equation and then solve an equation. Again, that means we need a variable. Let's use M for the amount of money. Again, you can use D for dollars, S for money saved, C for car, X, Y, Z. It really doesn't matter, okay? But they all represent the same thing, which is the amount of money that you need to save in order to buy the car. Okay? We know that you already have $1,276, and we know the car costs $9,000. Okay? Let's get to our equation. If I have $1,276, I need to increase that by how much to get to $9,000? You see what I did there? The amount of money that I have, it needs to increase, or additional money needs to be what? To get 9,000. So we wrote our equation, now we got to solve it. And again, solving means get that variable by itself, get that M by itself. I need to get rid of that 1,276. So I'm going to subtract it. Make it go away. Opposite or inverse of plus is subtract. I want that 1,276 to be 0 because I want 0 plus m, because anything plus 0 is itself. Okay? So I have 0 on the left side from the subtraction there, and I have 9,000 minus 1,276, which equals $7,724. Okay? And again, whatever I do to one side, I got to do the exact same thing to the other side. I can't just take away the $1,276 and leave it as just being gone, because that has to go somewhere. Okay? And you got to balance it out to make it go together. Okay? All right. So now we have m equals 7,724, and what that means is that I would need to save an additional $7,724 in order to buy the car that I want. All right, like I said, I got a ways to go, and that's okay. We'll get there, I guess. All right. So, again, if you are looking for multiplication division, then go check out the one-step equations, multiplication and division video. All right. If you're looking for just how do I solve single-step equations, then go to our video on solving single-step equations. Okay. All right. So if you want to see more examples like this or see what we're up to at Mirrorverse Education, then go visit us at mirrorverseed.com. All right. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a great day. Adios.